White opens the game with, "Your profile is not loading, I just hope you like flowers," which is a cute way of starting things. There's nothing a woman likes more than flowers, other than me making this a good move. Black hits back with, "Love them, actually," and why the f did they say actually, like this was some mind-blowing fact. This is still a good move though, because it allows White to drop more game. Tulips, especially, is White's response, followed by, "I can see it in your eyes," which is wholesome and all, but did bro eat his caps lock? The fact that I is in lowercase is pissing me off, but putting that to the side, I can call this a great move for the compliment. Black takes the compliment and says, "Yes, actually," question mark, and then expands with, "That's wild you guessed that," which gives White's aura levels a huge surge. Good move. He is so lucky he guessed that correctly. White then replies with, "I'm a visionary, Elena. I see myself with you this weekend," which is corny as f, but given the fact that Black seems corny too, the Rizz will work, making it a brilliant move. Black closes the game with, "I mean, if you see it, it must be true," and that seals the deal with the happy couple. The matchmaking system worked wonders here, and these two are the perfect match considering neither of them have any grammar skills. Welcome, Grandmasters and Grandmistresses, to a video that all of you have been asking for, analyzing successful Rizz like chess. Now, let's jump into these high elo matches. White begins with "Hey" with two Y's, satisfied emoji, which is definitely a book move. A good way to get things started. Black responds with, "Jamaican, no way, exclamation point. I speak a little," which is a great move and an amazing piece of Rizz. A girl likes nothing more than a guy showing interest, unless they're lesbian. White hits back with, "I'm listening," and holy shit, that phrase has aura. It's a good move, and I am excited to see Black cook with his Jamaican skills. Or at least try. He's not me. "Am I, nah, go round it, GYAL, comma, from, cite, YU, make, MI, heart, skip, LIKKLEB, YU, look like, trouble, me, willin, FI, get, inna, gimme, D, chance, FI, no, ya, proper," is Black's hilarious attempt at Jamaican. Although it took me 5 business days to understand and say this, it was a funny effort and got the numbers, so it has to be a brilliant move. And it's almost as brilliant as this next match. White kicks things off with "Hey" with 3 Y's, and we all know what several Y's means. "You are in there, Black. Do not fumble, my guy." Book move. Black responds with, "Careful, comma, add 1 more Y, and I might think you're obsessed." And I don't know this dude, but I'm proud. Not only has he entertained the Rizz of White, but he's also telling her what to do, and it shows with this an excellent move. Black hits back with "Hey, handsome," with 4 Y's this time before asking, "Is that better?" And we might have to call Black LeBron James because his shots are not missing. And because we want them both oiled up. Anyway, this is a great move. The goddamn goat replies, "Much better," and follows up with, "At this point, I'm legally required to ask you out. What's your number?" Which is a great move. White has given enough signs to show that she's into it, so LeBron had to shoot his shot and landed it, making a checkmate. And our next match begins with, "What's cooking, good looking," and that completely destroys all good vibes from the last match. White had the power play in any opening in the game and chose the airball gambit. Mistake. Black responds with, "Haha, hey, what's up?" And you and I both know this was the fakest haha anybody has ever typed in their entire life. I'm gonna call this a miss just for entertaining White's shit pickup line. White, who is very lucky to have received a message back, says, "Nothing much, comma, just trying to ask you out, period. Any tips, question mark?" Which is our first blunder of the video. What do you mean any tips? The only tip that White has right now is their own, and it is probably throbbing. And imagine trying to ask the person you're trying to ask out for tips on how to ask them out. Black hits back with "None at all," which is finally a good move. Things would have become so corny if she gave White any advice on how to Rizz her, so I respect her for not doing so. White realizes that they are in a losing match and Black is threatening checkmate, so he plays a move that risks it all. "Sweet, comma, what's your number, question mark." Who gave bro this confidence? This is obviously gonna end in rejection. He's not me. Blunder. How on earth has this happened then? Black has got to be chopped to have let this Rizz work. I have to change White's last move to brilliant now, and it would also make a brilliant move to subscribe to Text Chess and join the Discord with the link in the description. Next match. White opens with, "Hey, exclamation point. What's your favorite movie, question mark," which is a book move. There aren't many openings better than this one, which gets the conversation going. However, it is always used. Black keeps it going and puts "Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind." And I can't say I've heard of this movie, so it's probably shit, because I only watch good movies. This is an inaccuracy, because they don't ask White, which is basic human etiquette. Rude bastard. White, clearly on the same page as me, says, "I haven't heard of that. What's that about, question mark." Good move. Tell me in the comments if you heard of this movie because it appears that no one other than Black has. It's about a couple that falls in love and breaks up, but they erase their memories of each other, is Black's response, which sounds like a romantic version of the Men in Black. I like Men in Black, not the movies, and just men. Anyways, inaccuracy, just because the movie sounds like shit. White manages to carry all sense of conversation and says, so that could be us and we wouldn't even know, question mark. Absolute cinema. Trophy move. The fact that White conjured up Rizz this powerful with such limited options is impeccable. He should really up his taste in women though. Movie taste matters. Just as much as watching this next match matters to me. Can I tell you something? Question mark is White's opening move, and this is a book move. Asking this question means White isn't imposing on Black and gives them a chance to say no. Black responds with, yeah, sure, which is another book move. Now all White has to do is cook with their next message. It better not be some shit like, do you send? Most girls charge for that crap now. Can you believe it? White replies with, you know, the alphabet starts with A, B, C. Numbers start with 1, 2, 3. Music starts with do, re, mi. Does this dude think he's talking to a first grader? Of course Black knows these facts, making it an inaccuracy. No way they yapped this out in front of the Huzz with confidence. Black hits back with, yeah, question mark, which is forced. I would be confused too, and I would not have the patience to let this dumbass cook up some Rizz. White finishes his line with, but can love start with ... you and me, question mark? Holy airball. This could potentially be the worst piece of Rizz I have been exposed to in my life, but somehow this cornball got the number. If White could do it here, then anyone can, and I have to grade it a brilliant move just because it worked. With any other woman, it would have been a blunder though. Or if it was me asking, of course. Honestly, I don't think I even have to send a message. I just click match and boom, I have a number, and a date, and a kid, and a family. Anyway, moving on to our next match, we have a new White player, who kicks off things with hola mami with 2 eyes, which is some kinky shit for a first liner. I don't get how you can call someone mommy when she hasn't even spoken a word to you. Mistake. Instead of picking up on this mistake though, Black shows that they are just as sick as saying hola papi, so somehow White's poor attempt at grabbing a female's attention worked. Definitely still a virgin though. Due to both players being on the same page, this is still a good move though. White hits back with, I like your artwork. Come over and let me bang you on my wall. Hang you, asterisk, asterisk. And I must say, this is actually good Rizz. If this was not corrected, then Black would be deported straight to my Gooner DMs videos, which you should watch, but it was making it a great move. Black closes our match by saying, okay, let's do it, angel emoji, which is wild. Sending over an angel emoji after being asked to be banged against a wall, hanged, is so contradictory. Anyways, after this, they both met up, so this is another great move that secured the bag. Who will secure the bag in our next match though? White opens with a unique gambit saying, wanna smash, question mark, S, spend quality together, M, make memories, A, L, S, smile and laugh, H, hold hands, which is a creative and humorous opening that will surely make the Huzz laugh. It definitely cracked me up. Pause. Excellent move. Black hits back with, that's a first, laughing with tears emoji, and I told you she would laugh. Call me a fortune teller or some shit. This is a good move because it entertains White Rizz and invites more, basically letting him do all the work. White takes up the role of the conversation carrier and says, there can be more firsts if you want, winking face, which is a brilliant move. It's like watching me try to get a girl's number because this guy is spitting nothing but straight facts. Black responds with, oh damn, how are you coming up with this so quickly, laughing face emoji, which is the first mistake of this game. Tell me you're a basic bitch without telling me you're a basic bitch. Black is adding about as much to the conversation as inches on your third head. Nothing. Our absolute soldier in White closes the game with, it's just practice, comma, I've been coming quickly for years, exclamation point. Great move, although not in great taste in women. With great words, this strong White should be seeking more high caliber women with an actual personality, like the one in our next match. White starts things off with, what do I have to break in order to get you as a medtech, distorted face, which is a reference to the job on Black's profile as a doctor. This pickup line is very relevant, making it a good move and a nice way to advance. Black hits back with, you would need to get dementia. I can't tell whether or not this is an honest answer or a method to kill White's mood, but I'm going to guess a second option, making it an inaccuracy. You would need to get dementia. I can't tell whether or not this is an honest answer or a method to kill White's mood, but I'm going to guess a second option, making it an inaccuracy. Give the guy a chance first. White doesn't pick up the fact that this is likely a lie and responds saying, so, comma, what do I have to break in order to get you as a medtech? With 2 distorted faces this time, which is peak comedy. White should start doing stand-up shows and compete with the likes of Dax Flame. Best move, and the number was secured, but I'd also like to secure you as a subscriber, so like and subscribe before we start the next game of the video. Now, let's get onto it. And the first move is You Know Why I Super Liked, period, which is the opener from White, and it is a solid book move. I mean, it's pretty obvious why they super liked, because they found the girl hot. Me personally, I'll take the guys. Anyway, this is still a good conversation starter. Black hits back with, it's either A, my ass, B, my tits, C, my love of dashes, and Jesus Christ, this girl has a bigger ego than me, and I didn't think that was possible. She did manage to sneak a compliment for White's mustache in at the end, though, making it a good move. There's no better compliment to a guy than his facial hair, other than his size. White replies saying, it was originally C, but you brought up very good options. Let's say D, all of the above, question mark, which was both entertaining how sexual White made the conversation, and Rizz's back, meaning there isn't really a better move that could have been played here. Best move. Finally, the game is closed by Black, who says, Ryan, you make the dash very hot somehow, and I have to grade this as a great move, and this game was very fun to watch. Definitely reaches my top 3 chair experiences. Moving on to the next game. White starts things off with, how's your Hinge experience going, which is a friendly way of starting things. This is not an app for becoming best buds though, so it's an inaccuracy. Black responds to such a dogshit opening by saying, kinda mid, WBU, and holy this is a boring ass conversation. I'd rather watch paint dry. I'm grading this as a good move and then moving on. White continues the boring Rizz flow state and says, everyone is boring, so same, and someone needs to prescribe these soul-draining human beings with some antidepressants, maybe the same ones I take. There's no way that this ends in a happy and loving relationship. Inaccuracy. They really are, though, is Black's next text message, and this guy can't even be bothered typing out full words. I really wonder how many times missing out the UAGH in though affected him. Dickhead, blunder, although White will probably entertain it nonetheless. Except us. What, are you being serious? These two people are the most boring on the entire app, and the audacity to say they are not is beyond me. I have to grade it as a great move though, because the conversation did lead to a number exchange. These guys are going to have some unseasoned chicken for breakfast every day whilst they're together. Let's move on to a more entertaining and high elo game of text chess, where White opens the game with, would you fancy committing some war crimes, question mark. Can't spell nuclear attrition without you and I, which is an amazing pickup line. Let's be real, he found the line while doom scrolling on TikTok, but I haven't heard it before, so it was a great move. Black responds with, smooth, and a tad bit cute. How are you doing? Which is another great move. It'd be great if she didn't say tad bit, because this Rizz was far better than a tad bit cute, but it gets the conversation going nonetheless. No, it doesn't. White leaves Black undelivered. Poor woman, she deserved better. Just like I deserve more subscribers, so subscribe and join the Discord using the link in the description.